What's going on, guys? Clay here, back at it again with yet another edition of Pantherology. Class is now in session. So, I'm going to give you my observations from today's training camp. Going to give you my observations about today's training camps. August 1st, 2022. So, before we get into today's video, as always, make sure you pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, and click that post notification bell. Those three things are the best things that you can do, and it's only a couple clicks away. Also, comment down below. Love to hear y'all's thoughts. Always love to hear what my fans and everybody else thinks. Also, we are on the road to 2,000 right now, and we are only like 50 away, guys. So much appreciated to everyone that is contributing to the channel and pounding that like button and the subscribe button and that post notifications bell. The post notifications bell, you'll never miss a video. Every time I update or upload a video, you'll get an update on your phone. So remember that. Also, before the season though, I do want to get to 2,500 subscribers. So if you can help me get there, I will do 2 home ticket giveaways to one of the Carolina Panthers games. All right. So once we get to that point, then I will start the giveaway, and I'll give you the rules and everything like that. Gonna give you leave my shout outs to the end. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. Now, if you had to choose one word to describe the Panthers quarterback competition right now, I would definitely say it's a friendly competition. There was probably an anticipation of pressure since there is an established veteran in Sam Darnold. The organization traded for a man with a reputation for a personality in Baker Mayfield, and then, picked a high-profile rookie in the draft, as in Matt Corral. So that may be, and some may believe there should be, but there really isn't. So Mayfield stated Monday that he's still catching up. Darnold confessed that he's just concerned with what he can manage. So, basically what he can control for himself. And Corral admitted that he's still in the learning process. So the entire thing is pretty face value at this point. I mean, Mayfield praised the Panthers for being transparent about the division of work so far in the training camp, and for everyone hearing the strategy at the same time. So Darnold practiced with the ones on today, while Mayfield worked with the twos, and head coach Matt Rule indicated they'll switch them up tomorrow. Corral, basically, he's getting the leftovers. He was in charge of a late 3-on-3 drill at the close of practice. Fit in where you belong, basically, as the old football saying goes. And that's exactly what all three are doing so far. So, I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing with the quarterback so far. Mayfield stated that he is far more comfortable than he was a week ago, but that he still has to develop his understanding of the offense, while the new guy would certainly want as many reps as possible to catch up. But Mayfield knew that consistency in terms of reps and the players he's repping with isn't currently on the table. Now, today was the first day in pads, and the players were lucky that it fell on a moderate, somewhat wet day. The first one should not be in the upper 90s with, how typical Spartanburg humidity is. It sounded a touch quiet. The mandated Guardian caps linemen are, required to wear, which we've seen for the first 2 weeks. But there was also a distinct enthusiasm in the air for sure. Now, the linemen made the largest difference, since it's difficult to really judge what they're doing when they're not relying on each other, and that was definitely evident to some of them. Now, Icky, our first round pick, attempted to tread the narrow line there between self-care and aggression in practice, which was interesting to see. But in practice, he was moving guys And his power was just obvious, guys. I mean, he may or may not have pancaked a linebacker to the turf at one point, but it's not really something you want to see, and coaches don't want to see players on the ground, especially when it's, your own teammate. And yet that's exactly what that, Icky did. So his power is definitely there. He's a big dude, and it's definitely showing. So, of course, Icky was still doing most of his work with the second group behind Brady Christensen, though things are going to change, I think, there. And 9-on-7s, for example, Pat Affline took the initial snaps at center with the first team, but during a team run phase, they began to look more at Bradley Bozeman. Now, Bozeman is a larger, more physical guy who may be able to distinguish himself now that they're in pads. Now, Rule did state that they were looking at the bigger picture of all these events to find the greatest fit. It's realistic to believe that Icky will be at left tackle, at least in my opinion. So, while there may be some internet chatter going on regarding depth charts in the 5th practice of camp, these things usually just settle themselves. So, after being activated off the physically unable to perform list, J.C. Horn returned to the field in uniform today, but after individual exercises, he was back around the bikes with Thompson. So, good to see him back on the field. Unfortunately, he had to get back on the bike and kind of rest that foot a little bit. So, Darnold was irritated with himself after a few missed balls when Brian Burns pushed himself into the play. What seemed to be a read option choice, and it just went poorly, and the ball just came out, and Darnold missed a speed option toss to Deontay Foreman on the next snap. So he returned to the sidelines to do some push-ups as his own punishment, which, as he should, right? While Corral's practice repetitions are currently limited, I think Rule believes that will probably change once preseason games begin. The focus is really on deciding who is going to be the starting quarterback here and allowing, Corral to have that time to adjust. Although Rule hinted that Corral would get more work as the season progressed. So, as predicted before, Rule and the quarterbacks were questioned about Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson's 6-game ban, which will keep him off, out of the opener when we play them. And none of them wanted to be a part of it. And why would they? I mean, Rule stated that he would not comment on other teams' players. And why should he? And while Mayfield stated that it was none of his business, which it isn't, those are my training camp observations for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, make sure you pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, click that post notifications bell. Those 3 things, that's all I ask, and it would be much appreciated because we are on that road to hit that 2,500 before the season starts. Also, shout out to the Carolina Panthers Den on Facebook. And as always, before I leave you, keep pounding.